What is up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, guys, we are back with once again another Star Wars Hot Toys figure preview video, and today we are going to be taking a look at the great Darth Maul. This is the newest figure announced by Hot Toys. It was announced barely yesterday, and this is once again part of the Dark Side / Sith event that Hot Toys has going on right now for Star Wars. Obviously, today is May 4th, so May the 4th be with you, all of you guys. Obviously, a big month for all Star Wars fans, including myself. And again, right now, Hot Toys has a big event with all these Sith characters, and they have been making a lot of releases. First and foremost, I do want to go ahead and apologize about the not necessarily the lack of content, but how behind I've been with all of these character releases. Obviously, I've only done two figure previews for this Sith event, which is, of course, Darth Revan and also Star-Lord. But there have been so many characters, some troopers and different characters that Hot Toys has released over the last couple of days and weeks, and I am really behind. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to release two or maybe one or two different figures every single day until I'm caught up with all of the characters that Hot Toys has released. So today, again, we're going to go ahead and do Darth Maul and also Luke Skywalker from the Dark Empire. So both of those figures are being both of those figures I'm doing the video today because, number one, I'm very excited about both of them, and I'm trying to catch up to all of the characters and events that Hot Toys has released over the last couple of days and weeks. So again, this video we are doing the great Darth Maul. So we get a new version, and this is obviously based on his look from the first movie, The Phantom Menace, Star Wars 1, Episode 1. We get 4 different versions, which I don't understand whatsoever what the hell Hot Toys is doing here. So we have the collector edition, which is basically just a figure with the accessories. We get the special edition, which is once again the character with the accessories, but we get the commemorative coin that was also included with Star-Lord and Darth Revan. And then we get the figure with the accessories and the Sith speeder, and then once again we get the same figure with the Sith speeder, but then again the coin. So does not make sense at all why so many different versions, especially since it's going to be the same price between these two and then these two at the very top. To me, I feel like they should have just included the coin with, you know, every single edition. Again, if it is going to be the same price, I just really don't see why release all these different versions. But the figure is available to purchase. He is expected to be shipped and released by mid 2025. I'm going to go ahead and include the link to Sideshow Collectibles for this figure, so that way if you guys want to go ahead and grab yourselves a Darth Maul, you guys can go ahead and do so. Again, I did go ahead and purchase him already, and I am so excited about this figure. Number one, I don't own a Darth Maul in any way whatsoever. Again, I still consider myself a new collector, so I don't have a Darth Maul. And hopefully those of you guys like me who are new collectors, hopefully you guys can learn from this that I think it's best to not purchase older figures, right, from either of the 3 franchises, whether it's Star Wars, DC or Marvel, because Hot Toys seems to be releasing all these 2.0s for different versions. Like, for example, now we get a new Darth Maul, right? So there's doesn't make any sense to purchase the old one because now we're getting this much upgraded version, right? So if I could give you guys a suggestion, I would suggest do not buy any older Hot Toys figures unless it's like a very unique figure where we know for a fact they're not going to release a 2.0. But again, you never know, right? Because who would have thought that they were going to do a 2.0 Darth Maul? I believe there is a 2.0 Palpatine coming up as well from Return of the Jedi, so very excited about that one as well. But again, let's go ahead and get started with the images from Darth Maul. And I'm sorry, let me do the correct version. So we're going to go ahead and do with the Sith speeder. So I did go ahead and purchase the full version. So it is the figure with all of the accessories and also the Sith speeder that we obviously see in that scene in Tatooine whenever he meets up for the first time with Obi-Wan and also Qui-Gon Jinn. So very excited about this. It looks absolutely awesome. This figure looks crazy good. A lot of accessories. It is not a DX version, I will say this. The only difference again is the Sith speeder, but there aren't really a lot of different things about the collector edition and with the Sith speeder, so it is not a deluxe version. So first and foremost, the base, right? So I did want to go ahead and stay with the display base. Obviously, I've been very critical with Star Wars / Lucasfilms because of the lack of variety when it comes to display bases. They always do the regular rectangle bases within the same nameplate. Yes, this base does have the same nameplate again, right, which I really don't mind, but finally we get a display base that looks absolutely different. So number one, we get a diamond shaped base, and obviously I'm still a new collector, so I don't know if there's been previous characters for Star Wars that have had a diamond shaped bases. But then the flooring itself, it does represent Tatooine, which is where we see this this Sith speeder. And then of course, right, the Sith speeder itself, right, it holds very, very well, and it's going to look so awesome whenever we do display the figure here. So again, we finally get something very unique when it comes to display bases, and it looks absolutely awesome, no question about it. As I always like to say with these figures, it is a prototype, so some things are subject to change, so we'll see what things could change. Now, as you guys can see from this image, it does seem like it's going to have like a second type of display flooring. So I really can't tell what it's supposed to display, right? But it does come with that, just kind of an FYI, right? But now the figure itself, to me, this guy looks perfect. It looks absolutely awesome, perfect. I cannot find any flaws in it. Obviously, once we have it in person, we would see if it has any flaws. And to me, the flaws could end up being, number one, with the gloves, the boots, or the belt. Obviously, the material itself, if it's going to be pleather again, unfortunately, that is going to ruin the figure to me. Well, actually, I'm sorry. No, let me take that back. It won't ruin the figure, but unfortunately, it won't make it perfect for me. So to me, those are things that could possibly, make the figure not as great. And then also the way the lightsaber is going to turn on. So I did go ahead and read the description on Sideshow, and unfortunately, it is going to be the same USB cable that they've been using lately. I guess I don't have a lot of issues with it. I just want the lightsaber to turn on as good as it possibly can be, right? So let's hope that we get that. Thankfully, it does have two USB cable lightsabers, so one with the double-sided and then one with the singular, as you guys can see from right here. Again, the gloves, I'm a little bit afraid because they do look pleather, but again, we won't know until we actually get the figure itself, and that's going to be in about a year and a half. But again, everything else just looks really, really good about the figure. I believe this Sith speeder also does get turned on, so very excited about that. So again, obviously the figure itself, the clothing looks great as well. It does come with his cloth and robe that looks really, really good. Again, the belt, as you guys can see here, again, a big question mark, the material as far as this. So very thrilled to see. Again, I just hope it is not a pleather, because I do feel like that would make the figure not perfect at all, right? So I do kind of want to skip over the images. Obviously, as I mentioned before, the figure itself looks really, really good. The material, again, we will find that out once we get the figure. Lightsaber looks really good as well, no issues whatsoever. Again, those are things that we will see once we get the figure, right? How good it turns on and things like that. But I want to get to the main event of this figure, and that is the head sculpt. This figure comes with two different head sculpts, one with a kind of like a grinding expression, fighting expression, and then one with the serious look, right? These head sculpts are just perfection. I cannot find the words to express how perfect these head sculpts are. Maybe you guys could find something that's off about them. I can't seem to find it. Everything just looks great. As you guys can see, first of all, the skin texture, you can see right away, it looks absolutely amazing. The paint applications, obviously, which are red and black, it looks fantastic on this figure. The, I guess, horns, if I can call it that way, look good as well. I am wondering what material they're going to use for the horns, but they look really well done. Everything looks great. The teeth, the coloring on them looks perfect. The facial expression, obviously both head sculpts are going to come with rolling eyes, so that's going to give again the figure a bigger dimension, obviously, and it's going to look much more natural. But again, to me, the skin texture just looks absolutely amazing. To me, this face sculpt with the serious look is a little bit better in my personal opinion. Again, it just looks so good. Honestly, I cannot find the words to describe this figure. This looks absolutely amazing. Both head sculpts are really good. I have to give it up to Hot Toys. They've done a fantastic job with both head sculpts. Both have great rolling eyeballs. Both have great skin texture. Paint applications are great. It looks exactly as Maul. So absolutely amazing head sculpts. As good as Hot Toys could have created, right? And again, as I mentioned before, things are subject to change, but I really don't think there's anything that they can improve on. Again, you guys might think otherwise, and if you guys do, feel free to leave your opinion on the description of the video. I'm always open to having conversation with you guys about these figures. I feel like that's why we do this video, so that way we can all give our opinions about them. But to me personally, these head sculpts are fantastic, and I'm so glad that they included two, so that way we have options when it comes to posting this guy. So again, looking at this serious look again, the rolling eyeballs just make such a big difference. Again, it makes the posing much more natural. It looks absolutely amazing. I cannot tell you guys how great this guy looks. And also, the good thing about the clothing is that since he's all covered up, there are not going to be any seam lines, so that is really cool, right? I think this is as good of a figure as we could have possibly imagined by Hot Toys. Again, so many different poses with the robe and the clothes. Again, we're gonna have so much fun with this guy. So pretty much that's all that I really have to say about the guy. Again, clothing looks good. Lightsaber, glad that they're doing two with the USB cable. Both head sculpts look perfect, no issues whatsoever. So let me go ahead and just skip to the images. Obviously, all of these are just different poses for the guy. I love the background. They did a red coloring on the background. It looks great. So again, obviously, as I mentioned before, two newly developed head sculpts with separate rolling eyeballs. Both look perfect to me. Have no issues whatsoever. And then right here, there's a comparison with his DX16, DX17 version. Obviously, I don't have him, right? And as I mentioned before, this is not a deluxe version figure. It is a figure that comes with some accessories, but it's just going to come with a big display base, which is obviously the Sith speeder. But as you guys can see, number one, the face sculpt is a little bit kind of, I would say, I guess taller and thinner, right? So this one was a little bit more thicker, right? And it's a good head sculpt. I want to make sure I do admit that it is a good head sculpt, both of them. But obviously, there's no question that the newly designed head sculpt is much better. Again, the paint applications and the skin texture are so much more noticeable on these new head sculpts. With the other ones, I can tell they were just sculpted. But with these ones, they look perfect. I can tell that a big difference, and the head sculpts are just great. And of course, as I mentioned before, the rolling eyeballs are just going to be a big difference with these head sculpts. So pretty much that's it for the figures. So again, it's the figure itself with two different head sculpts, the Sith speeder that comes with a light up function as well. I do believe this is kind of like a droid that also was included in that scene in Tatooine. He does also come with binoculars that he used whenever he was looking for Qui-Gon, Anakin, and Obi-Wan. The lightsabers, different hand pieces as well with different expressions. Obviously, we would be able to see those better once we actually get the figure and we unbox it. So pretty much that is going to be it for this preview video of Darth Maul, guys. Perfect figure in my personal opinion. It just looks so good. I cannot wait to go ahead and get this guy. And again, as I mentioned before, Hot Toys is doing a lot of releases, and right now I have not found any issues whatsoever with these figures. Again, yesterday they released both Maul and also Luke, so today I'm doing both videos because again, I'm just that excited about each and both of those figures, and I cannot wait to see what other announcements Hot Toys will have for this dark side / Sith event for Star Wars. So for now, guys, this is going to be it for the video. As always, thank you for all the support that you guys provide to me on a daily basis. Thank you for bearing with me. I know over the last couple of weeks I have not posted that much content and I'm a little bit behind with these videos. Thank you for staying patient with me, and again, apologies about the lack of content. I promise you guys over the next coming days and weeks it will pick up. So thank you again for supporting me, and as I always mention, if it is the first time that you are watching me, welcome along. It's a pleasure to have you on. Feel free to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notifications bell so that way you always stay updated with any upcoming videos that I will post on a daily basis. A reminder that I am on TikTok and Instagram. The links to that are on the description of the video. There is where I post daily images and updates about my channel and what I will be posting in the near future. So please make sure to follow me on both of my websites. So once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in on this preview video for Darth Maul, and I will see you next time.